I present you arguably the greatest budget mouse of all time, the Razer Viper Mini. Coming in at just $30 currently, you can get a mouse that can almost do it all, which possibly puts ahead of other budget options like the Logitech G203. Should you buy one, and is it worth the $30 price point? Watch and find out. A little bit of a backstory behind this video is that this is actually my third copy of this mouse that I'm owning. The previous two that I've owned have had pretty questionable QC, so I returned them because I didn't feel like I was going to use it that much, if it was just going to wobble and squeak whenever I used it. But now I took my chance on a third copy, and they got the QC right. Also, I made a video on the Viper Mini a long time ago, but that was only a minute long, and I want to give you guys a more detailed review on something that's really important. Let's get into it. Okay, starting off with the most obvious part about this mouse is that it's mini. So what does it mean with people with larger hands? Well, for a mouse that's 118 millimeters long, 53.5 millimeters wide, and 38.3 millimeters tall, it honestly fits a lot of different hand sizes, even people with larger hands. And I have medium to larger hands, and when I was using this thing in game, I really felt fine. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a perfect experience at the slightest. There's definitely better shapes out there for people with larger hands, but this could definitely do. For the grip styles here, you can pretty much get away with all of them besides palm grip. That one I'd probably stay away from, but claw and fingertip should be good to go here. Now, when you mix a 61 gram lightweight design and really good stock feet, you're gonna have a really fun time gliding. And yeah, in person, this thing is really light. Just the biggest downside would probably be the stock cable. It can be a little bit stiff and munched up out of the box. And also, the sensors are pretty good here too. It can go up to 8.5K DPI, which you're probably not gonna use that anyway. Yeah, no lag or skips for me. But there is no lift-off distance control though, which is kind of disappointing, but who cares? It's pretty good to begin with. Before we talk about the clicks, here's a click sound test. But yeah, of course we're dealing with Razer optical switches here, so if sadly that means no double clicking for Minecraft players, but for anyone who doesn't play Minecraft, that means no double clicking. The tactility really is present on this mouse. It's not the most tactile, but you can definitely feel the response here. When it comes to post and pre-travel, there is a slight amount here. It's pretty much noticeable when it comes to pre-travel. Post-travel, you pretty much almost can't tell. But I would say it's so hard to notice to the point where it almost doesn't matter. But yeah, overall I didn't mind the clicks. Not the best, not the worst. And also for those wondering, optical switches really don't have that much of a speed difference from mechanical. I wouldn't really read that much into that. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the plastic that they used on the mouse here, it's a little bit rough, so it adds a little bit of grip here, which is a nice touch. Okay, so I've been speaking so highly of this mouse, there's got to be something I don't like about it, right? And yes, there are a few things. So first, because it is smaller, I do have to bend my fingers a little bit more when I use claw grip, which is my main grip style. And over time, I felt like my hands started to hurt more and cause more fatigue, which in long gaming and video editing sessions, I found myself switching to another mouse. And the last issue that I have with it is that it took my third copy to finally have satisfactory QC. It could just be horrible luck, but it could just say something about their manufacturing. But yeah, overall I do think the positives really do outweigh the negatives here. If you handed me this mouse, told me it was from Razer, and didn't tell me the price, I would guess the thing is like $50. It's loaded with nice features, and whenever you get the QC correct, the gaming experience will be really good. Obviously it's not the best mouse out there, but you can definitely get somewhat similar performance here. But yeah, overall if you're looking for a budget mouse that's like $30 or lower, this is my top pick.